was actually sitting next to him the first round he did it. It was like round 2 or something.
Yeah.
And I just about fell out of my chair when it happened. Because, like, until you know it's there,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
That happened to me? This is real life?
So, you can see...
Players pondering each other's lists.
Yeah, the deck lists are down there on the bottom left. And if you can read super small handwriting, you could read the deck list, or you could just go to starcitygames.com.
Where they should be up.
Check out the deck list.
They're not up. Small technical difficulty.
So after a small
Can
delay,
we blame Lauren Lee? Okay.
right,
We've
Lauren's
been okayed
fault.
by the director to blame Lauren Lee, so sorry. Oh, sorry.
Blamed by somebody.
Maybe Glenn Jones. Blame Glenn Jones for blaming Lauren Lee. Just pass it along, one after another. Okay.
So we've seen both these players on camera before. Kevin Gerhart, we saw his winning in.
Yep.
Against John.
His winning maybe in. He was.
Yeah, he was very. Yeah,
he had to sweat it on that last one.
Yeah, we weren't sure if he would get 8th or 9th.
Yep.
But he ended up getting.
There was one match of X1s playing that had about 3% breaker jumps on the next pair of X1 on the people who were going to potentially be fighting them for the last slot.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin and no, actually it was just Kevin. They had like 6%, and they could have just drawn in easily. You know, I don't even think there's a way to make up that percentage jump in a single round.
It's not easy, yeah.
I think it would involve like everybody's opponent staying in and all of their opponents losing and all of his winning, which is almost impossible. I mean, Kevin was basically locked out, but someone decided they wanted to play and won. Yeah. So,
Peter was actually interested in. He knew he was a lock for top 8. He's actually interested in playing his last round so he could get the play draw. And so but he ended up getting paired against Riley, which who he knows.
You don't want to.
And he didn't want to knock out a friend. So.
Well, Riley was, I think. We can look at the standings later, but I think Riley was actually in a position where he was a lock as well. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, he was a lock with a loss as well. So Peter could have came to game. That was a very good matchup for him. He could have had the first seed, play the whole way.
Apparently, he only had to draw once, and it didn't really matter for him. So he has to play the rest of this top 8.
Yeah.
So he kind of got what he wanted. So
he got to steal the match on the play or with Rug on the play, which is with Rug.
I mean, that seems like one of his tougher ones in this top 8.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's pretty easy because you have all the soul lands that let you just sort of jump
play
through
around
days
and spell pierce and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you have enough basics usually that you can set up a show and tell through a days without exposing a non-basic. Preordained on turn 1 by Peter.
So it looks like,
Did bottom both, it looks like?
Yeah, Peter's deck's just outside of the view of our camera. But
Tropical Island for Kevin. So that looks like a main phase Brainstorm, and that looks like no Hymn to Torok on turn 2, because that does not tap for black.
That is a Tropical Island.
I do not see an Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth in Kevin's deck.
So that's one thing. So if Peter has he looks like he has a Burning Wish.
Is that a
Burning
Wish?
Brainstorm, Preordain.
Yep, we're gonna just Brainstorm fetch here. This kind of highlights one of the reasons I don't really like the Omni deck as much as some of the other Show and Tell decks. And that's one of the big power plays of the Show and Tell decks is that you sometimes just have land, Ancient Tomb, Show and Tell, 15-15, go. And when that's good, it is good. And by cutting a Show and Tell from your main deck, you're making it very difficult for you to have that draw.
Okay. So it looks like Peter now has a Gristlebrand, 2 Burning Wishes, a Preordain, and 2 more lands.
Yep. Not great. Not bad.
Not a so hand, but like once again, like Peter's going to basically be unopposed for...
I feel like Peter should have kept another land instead of this second Burning Wish in case he gets Wastelanded.
Maybe his plan against Wasteland is to just play all basics. But it's going to be tough for him to do that.
Burning Wish for the show and tell.
Right, it's going to be tough for him to do that.
Yeah, and I don't see a basic mountain in his list.
There is not.
Yep, so...
And these are the only 2 basic islands.
Correct.
He also returned a City of Traders, I believe.
That would...
I believe... Did Peter draw
that would be one of the lines
off
I
of
kept.
this Bruden?
He's getting to it.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he did.
Not yet.
Oops. Yeah, they're just counting to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, draw your cards. It's not as bad as the old, when you're used to playing Modern and you go to just draw a card off the preordain because you think it's Serum Visions. Or when you're used to playing Legacy and you draw a card, scry 2, then try and draw a card off the Serum Visions.
Yeah. Right, the difference between...
we brainstorming again in main phase?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin doesn't really have a ton to do on these turns.
We're
Maybe
just
trying to
so
find
loaded
lands.
on brainstorms that we can just
Fire them off.
away. Yeah.
All the cards are the same anyway.
AJ Soccer rolling in his bed.
So I mean, like, yeah, the best this lane can do is like the best Kevin could have done this turn is like play a Tarmogoyf, I guess.
Yeah, if he has it.
A Deathrite Shaman.
He's just probably digging for him. Like that is what he has to do here. Ancestral Visions.
Probably
We'll
not
see
gonna
if
cut
the
it.
game lasts that long.
Yeah.
Draws. Looks like the card he drew off the preordain was a Ponder. He also drew another land. Probably gonna see a Ponder plus Fetch setup. Yeah, you want to stack them like that. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, this hell's clearing out. So we're gonna have to turn the volume down.
No outside assistance from the commentary.
Yeah, no outside assistance from across the room.
Both players are playing perfectly. They're doing exactly what they think they should. Yeah. So you're gonna want to stack this with.
I mean, I wouldn't call that perfectly.
Just. So if you stack this with the Brainstorm on top,
yeah,
you get to hide your Gristlebrand next turn if a hymn happens, and you get to just spend 2 turns drawing into.
Well, there's the hymn. Basically, what's gonna happen is this hymn needs a hit, like. So.
Don't live on the dangerous side. Just don't do it.
Yeah, Peter should Brainstorm, put back, Show and Tell, and Gristlebrand.
Right.
Alternatively, as a force, you can just force it way less.
Ooh, we may have a better card to put back. So it looks like an Omniscience.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
this is where I get greedy.
No,
I would get greedy.
What would you put back?
Show and Tell, no land.
Oh, okay, so... Basically,
the odds.
You're not gonna hit both Omniscience and Gristlebrand.
Right. You are 1 out of 10 to have that happen. So 90% of the time you are killing him next turn, as opposed to potentially getting him again next turn.
Yeah, and even if you are, you have the whole Burning Wish for Time of Need
that we were just talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier.
Uh-oh. Loaded die. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. All right. So this is going to be... Peter's going to draw his Show and Tell. likely. And then he's going to Burning Wish for Time of Need. Cast
Yep.
Time of Need.
Get Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
I like that because if he gets hit with another him and it takes the show and the Emrakul, the end back into the sack.
Yeah.
Like if he gets a Bristlebrand, that seems a little softer to that.
So wow, that's not kind of a bad beat for Peter over here.
It happens. You took the risk.
Yeah.
Got punished. You know, sometimes you understand the risks.
There we go. Yeah, sees it.
Some people love to gamble. I cast a lot of diminishing returns, so I can't really talk.
Okay, so why did Pete pass the turn here?
I'm not sure. Ooh.
Another
This is gonna happen. Oh wow.
Oh jeez.
Peter better hope he keeps. He has 2 show and tells effectively. 2. Okay. Okay, he keeps the good one.
Keeps the show and tell.
Yeah, whereas if he had the Emrakul in hand, there'd be a bunch of other cards back in his deck.
Mm-hmm. Ponder.
Okay. Let's see if we
like
hit it. Oh boy.
And that is. It doesn't matter how he stacks it. Pete's trying to think of, alright, is this guy unbeatable? It is.
Not really. Kevin could Baleful Strix and create a situation. If he has 2 creatures and a land, he could get to 8 permanents.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This game is turning out a lot differently than we expected.
Yeah, well, Kevin went perfect and basically did exactly what he had to do.
Yeah, 2 hymns.
2 hymns in a row.
Did not die on turn 2.
Yeah. Uh-oh. If Kevin can play 2 permanents on his turn, watch out.
Or Jace.
Yes, or Jace.
Does he have Jace?
That's 1 permanent.
1?
That's 2 permanents.
Okay. There look to be no attacks with Peter. Peter can draw
his own Jace.
Bulks? He can draw a Burning Wish.
Yes.
He can get a Grape Shot.
Ancient Tomb is not going to do it.
Ancient Tomb is going to hang out in our hand until we draw a Burning Shot.
Would you attack if you were Peter
Absolutely
here?
not. We died to that turn way too fast.
Okay.
Oh, though he does get the Fire of Vision next turn.
Yeah, Visions hitting Jace is game over.
I feel like we're in a position where if we attack with the Emrakul, we are throwing away literally everything, which means we have to run a runner back into a win.
Yeah.
I guess we could draw our own Jace. Baleful Strix, pointed out as the all-star. Yeah,
I'm not sure if I would attack.
I would not.
Yeah, it's tough. But I don't think he can.
The fact that that's an Emrakul too is kind of rough.
Not a Bristlebrand.
Yeah.
Also, note that Peter left a fetch land uncracked. His ponder was Emrakul Jace, personal tutor.
Well, he had to fetch.
He had to fetch to cast the show and tell, but if he didn't have to, he could have drawn the Jace this turn.
I think it's generally better to assume that you like.
Yeah, you want the fetch. Yeah,
it's just,
I'm not saying Peter play it. Yeah,
it makes ponder into an impulse basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jeez. There's no way There's no way Pete can attack, and this Ancestral Vision somehow fires off.
Wow. We have reached turn 6. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Suspended on 2, unsuspended on turn 6.
Oh, Peter's going for it.
We're gonna move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okie dokie.
Whoa. That was not something I expected.
Me neither.
So the
Kevin
you
Gerhart
can't
valuing
no permanence rule is not being enforced. There is a Death Ray Shaman in play.
Yeah. Kevin Gerhart opting for the 1/2 Deathrite Shaman over the probably 5/6 Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I'm
6.
just... Yeah.
Alright, so the Ancestral Vision is on suspense. Kevin draws a Wasteland. See what opts for Misty Rainforest. So like casting something that costs 2 this turn. Maybe another Baleful Strix. Maybe another Tarmogoyf that would make the correct sacrificing make far more sense. If you're Kevin, if he just has another Tarmogoyf in hand. Making a mana and shuffling his hand around.
Maybe he thinks that with the land drops plus the Deathrite, that the 2 visions will get him back into the game regardless of whether the Goyf's in play. The clock won't be too different.
Alright, so I think
Jace.
I think there's just a little maybe a brain fart where Kevin made a mana with Deathrite Shaman, didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Maybe thought he has a Charlotte's Agent in hand, and
like played a land, tapped the Deathrite, goes to play another land. Oops.
Yeah.
Him
the Turok.
Is that Burning Wish supposed to be exiled?
Yeah, Burning Wish still out of here.
Yep, stay away.
So
mid-game present 61.
Yeah. When you cast Burning Wish, it goes to your sideboard, replaces the card you got from your sideboard.
Not actually to your sideboard. It used to be the same, but that is not where it goes. You cannot wish for a wish
that you have previously cast. You have to wish for a card actually that starts in your sideboard.
Correct.
Not a card that ends up there, basically.
Yeah. Deathrite Shaman 1. TikTok.
Yep. So Peter on Burning Wish.
I would cast that.
4.
Show and tell. Just so that we have the opportunity to just not draw into it next turn.
Yeah, I like that. I can't imagine me getting anything else. The only other thing you could, I've never seen this actually happen, but the actual Petals of Insight.
I've done it once.
I've never.
It's a pretty miserable game to be playing.
Yeah, clearly, but.
I mean, Kevin has 3 of his hymns in his graveyard. The odds of him having the 4th are very low.
Right.
So that show and tell is safe where it is. Yep. I'll show you this now, and then I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a game rule violation assessed for shuffling the wish into his library.
Right. Hopefully, Peter won't get multiple, two more of those. Well, Wasteland.
Deathrite.
Deathrite's probably Jace.
Ooh, so that shuts down Fate Seal.
That's a lot of odds Peter has to.
I think that was an Omniscience.
Oh man.
So he has to draw to an Omniscience and then draw to a cantrip or a Burning Wish.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 Burning Wishes left to Omniscience.
Yep.
He could draw to an Emrakul as well.
That's a good one.
That is probably one of the best ones. Brainstorm. It's a show and tell, a fetch land, and a preordain. Is that correct?
Yep. I think you just put the fetch land and the show and tell back. Cast preordain, bottom both in the dark.
Yep. Yeah, just show the preordain, brainstorm both to the bottom immediately.
Yeah.
Build our own dream cache.
Yeah.
That's the card, right?
Yep.
Top or bottom of those?
Because 3 mana Mirage Sorcery that lets you brainstorm cards to the bottom instead of the top.
Correct. If you would so decide to choose
Yeah, you can brainstorm. You can choose top or bottom on your.
Yeah, hinder style.
What?
Hinder,
Yeah,
top or bottom.
hinder. Another good one. So, deciding how he wants to do this. I think he's locked in on his fetch, but I don't like him fetching here. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
He basically cost himself a card.
He might be trying to play. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's putting the shows on top. He's gonna get the Jace Fate Seal on the turn.
Oh, okay. So if he, that's interesting. If he puts both show and tells on top, he might get Fate Sealed. Put one on bottom, draws the other one.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever. Yeah. And he leaves the Preordain in his hand to dig for things.
It actually sees him more cards that he can actively manipulate into his hand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this was actually the right play?
Assuming the show and tell is on top.
Yeah, I mean...
not like the Preordain.
The Preordain's in his hand. I saw it.
Okay.
3. Shardless Agent. For a spell of Kevin's choice.
Shardless Agent.
Oh, not a spell of Kevin's choice. A spell of random choice. Yes. I feel like if the Tarmogoyf had been played, this game would have been long over.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to build this deck like
1,
Kevin's built it.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're 5 attacks in on that Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Very easily over.
Yeah. You're going to build this deck like Kevin, you want to do a bunch of things.
Yes.
So if you're going to build your deck to do a bunch of cool things,
you want to do more cool things.
Oh wow! So our
Riley Curran advances to the finals 2-0. Deathrite Shaman versus Reanimator.
Deathrite
apparently
Shaman
stronger than Elves versus Reanimator.
Yeah.
Cascading away off the Shardless Agent that we predicted into
Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay. I'd like to target it back into my library.
Somehow you could target the bottom of your library with this Abrupt Decay.
Yeah. Can't be countered. Was never cast.
can't counter spells that are cast.
Man, it's even better because you can't, throw your Flusterstorm at it, then remove the copies to Niv Magus. Just never goes on the stack. Jace to 7.
All right, let's see. Here comes the games. Let the games begin.
This is such a fun part of the game.
Yeah, I love this.
Like, the thing is, it's like, Kevin has this own sub-game because he doesn't know if the show and tell is, like, supposed to be there. But even beyond that, like, is he gonna leave it on top and get the Misty Rainforest? So if he leaves it on top, if it's, like...
Alright, so here comes Peter trying to...
Yep, fetches away the show.
For a second.
I feel like I may have kept the fetch. I feel like fetching away a later Fate Seal might be a little more important.
You'd rather be locked into preordaining one of the two?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's possible. I feel like if this preordained bricks, you could be in the hard lock. I guess it's like one card deeper away for the hard lock, so it doesn't really matter. It's just the same. Just this is right now. So what do we got? 2 cards. 2 cards. We got a Ponder and
I got it. We want them both.
Ooh, both on top. Jace, Jace. Okay. That's a start.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Okay. Kevin may or may not have another. I'm going to guess that seems like the kind of thing that he would do.
Yeah. Instead, we will go to Baleful Strix. Into Baleful Strix.
String those 1/1s together. Bring that beat down. Creeping Tar Pit, even more pain. Ooh. I kind of like a double Wasteland from Kevin here.
You're behind that.
3 damage. 12 for Peter. Puts him on a 2-turn clock after this turn.
Alright, so one of the Deathrite Shaman's attack, the other makes mana. The other makes mana to cast Baleful Strix for more
1, 2, 3,
value.
4. Yep. Does that go?
Yep.
Yeah, he played the Tar Pit so he couldn't double Wasteland, I guess.
Right.
The clock is a bit more important. So okay, let's sweat this one out.
Ponder time.
Like how this game 1 has taken more time than the entire other match.
All right, the days. There's a time of need.
Which I don't think does. Oh.
Time of need gives us. Yeah.
It's a Gristle brand.
Right. We might not have enough life to use it.
Oh, but then we get beat down by the tar pit, so we can't do that.
So.
And the death rates.
Right.
Okay. So I think it might be shuffle time.
I think it's unless one of the cards is.
It's a preordain.
So
it gives us marginally better odds, but I think the odds of drawing one of those 2 cards are less than the odds of drawing a cantrip off the shuffle.
Yeah. He's going to shuffle. So yeah, Peter, I think correctly identifying that he can't win.
Correct.
Without
hitting something right here, right now.
Yeah, he needs to hit basically runner, omniscience plus Burning Wish,
or
and
cantrip, just
and
something.
Cantrips,
or
give you redraws.
Like an Emrakul would also do something.
I don't know how much Emrakul does.
What is that? Peter, I want to know what it is. Peter, show us.
No.
No.
Bad Peter. It could be a can. No, it can't be. If it's like a Burning Wish, that keeps us live.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives us
omniscience out.
It's kind of like an inside. Like we gotta hit the middle card.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fetching. And it's all over if Kevin somehow gets to his 4th hand this turn.
No, clearly.
Yeah, Kevin's deck not geared to be combo game 1. Slowly but surely grinding his way through.
Yeah, runs hotter than the sun on back-to-back. Having 2 him to draft.
That's
and
not
hitting
that hot.
2 perfects.
It was only 1 perfect. Yeah, the first one was 2 perfects.
Yeah.
Peter Johnson falls down 1 game, Kevin Gerhart's favor, moving to game 2. And in comes the cavalry, by the way.
Yeah, if Kevin wins game 1, I like his chances to win this match.
Oh yes,
quite a bit.
So, before we even do that, trivia. So, we're going to ask a trivia question. You are going to tweet your response to, us, wherever. Just use the hashtag SCGPremium in your response. And 1 lucky random winner will, with the correct answer, of course.
Yeah, wrong answers, no credit.
Yeah. We'll get 6 months of Star City Games Premium.
That's right. You have a question fired up for us? Awesome.
So, there was a deck we were talking about, and we were saying it was almost a direct port from a different Eternal format.
Okay.
That recently won its fair share of Grand Prix in that other format.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's an almost direct port in the legacy list. It fell in the first round to Kevin of this top 8. And we're talking about how Kevin's deck just destroys it. What is this deck that's this kind of weird addition to Legacy right now?
Yeah, it's a relatively new addition to Legacy, much like this Shardless Agent, Baleful Strix deck that Kevin is playing. But Kevin was able to beat up on the other relative newcomer. For 6 months premium.
What deck is that?
What deck?
Okay, back to sideboards.
I love sideboarding.
Okay.
Peter Johnson, not unlikely to bring in his Army of the Damned.
No, very unlikely.
Yeah.
About as unlikely as he's going to bring in this Caracas.
Yeah. Also unlikely. Cards he actually wants pretty small.
Pyroblast maybe.
I wouldn't mind Pyroblast to counter Force of Will basically.
And Ancestral Visions and Brainstorms. I'm really a huge fan of countering
Brainstorms, yeah.
Yeah, I think he boards out the Dazes. I think Daze is very bad in this matchup, especially if things start going along.
Basically, the way I feel about Daze in this show and tell deck, I think Daze sucks. It is the worst card in the deck, and should be sided out. And should be sided out at every opportunity.
Yeah, it's only really good in mirrors usually.
It counts as a blue card to pitch a Force of Will.
Yeah, it does a very good job of that.
Yeah.
It has it's approximately 1 Evermind.
Yeah.
Kevin has...
Kevin, a little bit more sideboarded for Kevin, which is why we think this was the most interesting match because of games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But Kevin has chance.
We did not expect this game 1 to break this way.
Absolutely not.
So we've got Thoughtseize, we've got Duress, we've got Force of Will, Surgical Extraction potentially. If Kevin has enough cards to take out, could hit Show and Tell and make things kind of awkward for Peter.
What cards do you want to take out? Do you want to take out Abrupt Decay, the 1 Pernicious Deed, the 1 Umezawa's Jite? That's 6. Do you want to take out any Ancestral Visions? Do you want to take out any?
I don't feel like we do.
And do you want to take out any Baleful Strixes?
Yes. I feel like we do want to do that because it's kind of a situational thing where we end up where we want the Baleful Strix in play.
To block the Emrakul or whatever.
Right. I feel like we take out 2 Baleful Strix.
Okay, that leaves us room for our 8
surgicals.
Right, that leaves us the 8 discard spells. 2 Thoughtseize,
we don't want to
Duress.
cascade into a surgical ever.
Right. That's also another good point.
So we bring in 4 more discard, 4 Force of Wills, take out 4 spot removal, 2 aggro hate cards, and 2 Baleful Strixes. Gives us, we can have a Strix if we want it late game. Which is when we would definitely want it, so we can shut down 2 card Show and Tell hands for Show Emrakul. The big thing about Strix too is that it doesn't really shut down a Gristlebrand at all.
Right.
It's very easy for them just to pay 7, draw 7, kill you with an Omni.
Yeah, it's good against exactly 2 cards in Peter's deck, and in fact, that would probably be one of the first cards you take out.
Yes.
Or you pitch to Force of Will.
Yes.
I think
it does have the characteristic of this card is blue, similar to Daze.
Yeah. Right. Although Baleful Strix actually has some applications where Daze has very few. Just setting Peter back at land, it's a 2-mana Force Spike. Time.
Yeah. So interesting to note. Like I'm just looking at the cards that can be pitched to Force of Will in this deck, and they're all good. Like
Ancestral Vision is often a good one to
pitch once you draw late.
Yeah.
That's like the only one that's situationally bad. Like you never want to pitch a Brainstorm to Force of Will. It hurts so bad.
Yeah. I mean,
you just do it when you have to.
Right. You do it when you have to, but no other times.
Shardless Agent is going to cascade into Tarmogoyf, Deathrite Shaman, Thoughtseize, Duress, Hymn to Torok, Ancestral Visions. It's like 50-50. It's like sometimes it's a Mull Drifter. It's like 1/3 of the time it's a Mull Drifter. 1/3 of the time it's a Chittering Rats or better. And 1/3 of the time it's a Broodmate Dragon. So Scalding Tarn into play. Preordained.
One thing I've noticed about Legacy is I really like the 12 cantrip blue combo decks. Love 4 Preordain, 4 Ponder, 4 Brainstorm.
It's such a consistent shell.
Yeah, that's the backbone on which I want to build my Legacy combo decks, if possible.
High Tide, Ad Nauseam Tendrils,
and
Omnitel. Some of the Sneak and Show lists go up to 10-ish cantrips.
Yeah.
It's just this ability to just chain cantrips and just find whatever you want. And, say I'm going to commit 2 turns of mana to searching, and I will get there.
Much cheaper than any of the tutors are generally like the personal tutor, not exciting.
Cost you a card, cost you mana. Looks like Peter kept those cards. Underground Sea on 1. Kevin does not have a Thoughtseize.
Or an Ancestral Vision.
He may have... Interesting. It looks like he has a Force in hand.
Okay. Peter also has a Force back.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually just going to
really like Peter's. I really like Peter's play of not casting anything this turn.
I agree.
Lets him
keep the maximum number of cantrips in his hand to go off with Omni.
All right. So one thing you could do is
force this. He could Brainstorm away. I think we Brainstorm.
Basically, how lucky does he end up? I feel.
Yeah. Do you think Kevin has a Force or not? He's just casting Force as, let's turn this him into a Mind Rot.
Yes. You want to make me discard 2 cards at random? Well, I'll pay a life to choose these 2 cards to discard.
Yes. You did hit 2 spells. I hope you feel good about that.
Yeah. I will, if I was Peter, I would Brainstorm in a turn, try and find a Daze or another Force.
Well, not even that, just because this Brainstorm clears away, whereas with the Omni in play, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to use all your mana next turn and won't have the ability to have effect
up. He needs the 3 perfect cards in his hand, so he's likely... Well, that's a burning wish. So that's a except for let's see if we can find a force of will in Kevin's hand. If there's no force of will and Peter decides to go for it, he has a win.
Yeah. Let's see. I think he's debating if he wants to keep one of those. I feel like he doesn't want to keep the second Omni.
Right, there's second Omni, and what's the second card that Peter put back? Okay.
Shuffled it around too fast.
Yeah. Too tricky. So.
Yeah.
A couple other things. Yeah, just a couple unknowns that. But we know that P10 is very, very good.
Choose to draw the second Omni, actually.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is running the full 4 Omniscience. I don't know if I've necessarily seen that often.
I like the full 4.
You want to be a dedicated Omniscience deck instead
of... Well, it's a blue card that doesn't suck, that you can pitch to Force of Will.
And well, it's a blue card that may suck, that you can pitch to Force of Will.
Wait, the second one is not good, but the first one is definitely somewhere where you want to be.
Yeah.
So...
Show.
Alright, Force of Will from Kevin.
There's that vision. I thought I saw it in his opening hand, so he may have just
realized that he didn't.
Yeah. It's the only blue card potentially.
Oh, there's a surgical extraction.
Oh.
So. Yep.
Just doing that right now. Usually wait till draw step, I think.
Yeah.
But fortunately for Peter, he has the burning wish.
I'm curious to see why Peter wanted a second Omniscience.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to ask him that.
Okay, 3 show and tells. Are we looking for the last? Is the time and need still in the deck? Oh. Is that all 4? Is that all 4 show and tells?
It might be.
Did Peter board one in?
If he did, he can't win.
You can get the 10 mana. He has the ability to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He can make, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can make 10 mana. He can make 16 mana if he goes through his entire deck.
How about now? What's that cut him off to?
We could see this being in quick reversal of this matchup.
There's a... Looks like Pyroblast.
I'm still shocked that was... I think that was all 4 shows.
Me too. We'll see. I know is an old school player enough to... You may think that...
The old wish rules are still in effect.
Yeah.
Where you can wish for that.
You used to be able to wish for exiled cards.
Yes.
And when they were removed from game cards. However, now you can only wish for cards that actually start the game in your sideboard.
It's also possible that he just wanted...
Yeah.
He may have also decided that he wanted the personal tutor on the board. That's his 4th show and tell.
Oh, okay.
Or 5th show and tell. That is all 4.
All 4, wow.
So if he wants the personal tutor in his sideboard, he gets to wish for the tutor to get a show and tell, the slow way. Mm-hmm. So it basically makes wish tutor cost 3 instead of 2.
Yeah.
But it lets you just natural draw more show and tells, which leads to more just turn 2 kills. Which is not an unreasonable plan to be on.
Yeah, well, Peter's...
Wow.
Yeah, I think Peter's drawing dead.
Yeah. There's no other way to put it. Oh, something we could have... I think Kevin may have boarded in Golgari Charm. He didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did not.
Don't see it. I don't know. But it does destroy target enchantment. And it does regenerate all creatures you control. These are abilities on the card.
Yep. I think it'd be for killing Omniscience.
We were just talking about how that was the worst one.
Yeah,
and here it is.
Here it is in Legacy.
About to make the finals, potentially.
I thought it was one of the best ones when...
I was spoiled?
Yeah. I spent an entire trip to an invitational thinking of ways to beat Lawless Troll plus Golgari Charm.
I think the answer was...
Thragtusk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thragtusk, Angel Serenity.
Right.
But that was that other format.
Something that costs way more is fine.
Yeah, and that J should
Alright,
be...
scoop them up.
Not quite. Gotta keep battling. Gotta put on a show. It's not really much of a show at this point.
How much of a show are we talking about?
Jace is just gonna draw 3 Kevin. He's now in a position where he has forcibles in his deck, so the accumulation of cards actually means something.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have counter spells, you just want them to have 0 cards.
Yeah.
He's gonna Fate Seal.
Sure.
Peter has been missing land drops. Packs it in.
Yep.
That is a match. Kevin Gerhart's not anti-combo deck. Takes it down 2-0 against the combo deck.
Right.
And he was the finals to face another combo deck.
Yeah.
Though he's much better against